Welcome to the Yes, It's Legal podcast. I'm Josh, and here today with me is Delia.
Hello, everyone.
Delia's been with us for years. She started out at the bakery when it was at lovely Highway 153 in the back of the Hickson shop in a little room. She worked her way up, became the head baker at our full-scale bakery production facility on Highway 58, and now coming to talk today about all these new adventures that she's getting into. And a little bit of history as well, too, being the first podcast. I guess I can start and just say, let's start from the beginning. What brought you to Snapdragon? What did that look like back in the day?
So, Snapdragon was a really exciting job to have. I never could think of like a dream job that I ever wanted. Tried college, wasn't really something I was committed to, but I always knew that I would love to like work with cannabis. So, finding that company locally in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where like THC is not fully legal like in some other states. That was kind of like a dream job to be able to get and to work with people that are so passionate. I feel like you have a really great story that is awesome to, let other people know. And I wasn't like a full scale baker before or anything, but being able to grow with the company and like launch exciting new things every year is just really exciting to like keep you on your toes. I think we're a really groundbreaking, but also baking company that's like really making a mark on Chattanooga. It's awesome to be a part of that.
Yeah, I love it for sure, and it's been such a pleasure over the years, everything you brought to the table, and this new adventure that I'm so happy about, the hospitality and beverage director position.
Yes, director of
Yeah.
hospitality. So we have the Dragon Lounge downtown on Broad Street, and we are working on almost done with our implementation of our kitchen and our new menu food program. We have Amy Nelson, who was had her own business, food truck, doing Final Girl Vegan. She's been doing food in Chattanooga for like 25 years and is helping with our food menu, going to run our kitchen. So really
Awesome.
excited to have
Yeah,
her.
it's been so fun to be a part of the tastings. We've done two now of the tasting events, and
Yes.
it's so crazy because you'll get there. It's like the tastings at 5 or 5:30 or whatever, and she's there maybe like 30 minutes before, and she preps up this whole. Here's the sliders, and here's the tachos and stuff like that. Been so
Yes.
cool. So the ability to turn over these amazing products in a quick, timely
Yeah.
manner is gonna be so cool for the lounge experience or whatnot. So
Yeah. Elevated stoner food.
yeah.
Anytime I want to go out, I want food. So, especially, with cannabis, it's like munchies. We need to
Mhm.
have the munchies. People are going to come in, use our products, and we don't want them to leave and go anywhere else.
I
So
know,
it's like
right?
we can provide you some awesome food and just like extend the awesome experience that we have to offer.
Mhm.
And I'm really excited. It's going to bring a lot of business for us and just like a new demographic of customers.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we try to bring some stuff in, like some little chips and dip and salsa and whatever, just to have some snack food there. But we didn't have the kitchen fully ready, so now we went through the whole health department. We built out a kitchen in the back, electrical, and
Yes, our
all the things
100
done.
health
One
score. We were on the
hundred,
news. Very
yeah.
exciting.
So all the fun things leading up to this start of this next endeavor with it. But it's neat because kind of this cultivated experience between what a social atmosphere looks like with THC and consumption. A lot of companies across the state of Tennessee and across the country are doing it in different ways. Some people do the infused foods and infused sauces and infused ketchups and stuff like that. And you know,
And
it's
we've
one.
like done it all.
Yeah, we've done it all, but I'm so excited about the fact that these drinks that we're making now, like you don't have to worry about an infused food that, you go and eat somewhere and it's like, oh, it's a cool experience, but I don't really feel anything. And you get in the car and drive home, and like an hour and a half after you ate something, you start to feel it. And it's like, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for this whole, like when you come out and you hang out with us within 15, 20 minutes of being there, you're imbibing and you're in the vibe of the
Yeah, and
place.
that's
And
like a
it's,
cool difference with the bakery because with edibles,
Mhm.
obviously it takes a few more hours to like break down and achieve that feeling. So to be able to give products that like you're not having to wait to see if it's gonna work or not, but
Yeah.
just be able to like immediately enjoy that experience
Oh,
is
sure.
really
And
nice.
definitely nothing to take away from the cupcake, my favorite. You know, eat a cupcake about 5 o'clock or so, eat a
Oh
100
yeah.
milligram cupcake and just have a
Hey,
great
you can
evening.
prep. You're like, if
Yeah.
I don't have time to do it 15 minutes before, I prepped
Uh-huh.
2 hours ago, so I'm good for this event.
That's it. So time and place, but the social atmosphere, just trying to create this perfect environment for what cannabis consumption looks like in the games. And we had was it a game on in Chattanooga. Company dropped off a
Yeah.
bunch of the games last week, so we're gonna do some little maybe like a little D&D night at the
Yeah,
Dragon. So
collaborating with local businesses, I think, is one of my favorite parts. So we just got in with the Chattanooga Ghost Tours, which has been
yeah,
around for so many years, and they're really excited just about getting educated on what we do, because they're interested in, promoting us and being there for us. So I think that's really cool that each year that we're expanding our business and like making more cans, creating new safe spaces for people to consume cannabis. Um, I just think it's really
yeah,
awesome and inclusive.
oh, for sure. The community engagement, the biggest thing that we've been trying to do since we've been doing, Snapdragon 2018 really is the stigma behind it. The people look down upon it, and the grandmas that years ago would have hated it and have always said, and the lawmakers that have been like, oh, this shit, it's illegal, it's illegal, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Now these are the people that are coming into the stores because there's like, somebody told me it was good and I tried it and it blew my mind.
My
And
favorite are the grandmas. I love when they come in. Like that's what brings me the most joy is when I've been able to work like the 420 Fest and run the bakery booth is people just coming up to you and telling you how much their products help them. And it's hard to get that feedback when you're just kind of like baking everything. But being able to talk to customers and them even like emailing me and be like, your cake loaf really helped my husband. And I'm like, yes, like we love that. And it's delicious. And it's awesome that people just keep returning for these products that really help them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 420 Fest this year. So we did a small one last year, and then this year was the blowout in Miller Park. Thousands of people. It was great.
It
How
was
was
iconic.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. We made some really cool little specialty items. So we made these Rice Krispie, we called them frosted mini weeds. And it was like white chocolate covered in Rice Krispies, golden Oreos, and they looked like frosty little nugs. And they did so well. Everyone loved them. And my mom texts me to this day and is like, I need more of those mini nugs.
They were so cool because they look like a little, like, if you get like a 7 gram bag of some flour with the
Yeah.
nugs in it, it looked like just these beautiful little nugs that were in there, and they were really really cool for sure.
Yeah, it's
So
really fun to always be able to find something like fun and creative to do. And that's the glory of working with like baked goods or anything artistic, I think is really fun. It's ever changing, keeping up with the trends, and it's been really fun, to do. We used to do a lot of like banana puddings and pastry creams, and the bakery's actually doing the wedding event this month.
yeah, the pink rattle.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're gonna bring Xenia Spa.
Mhm.
And I just think that's really a beautiful thing to be a part of too. The Dragon is all about like alcohol alternatives. So being able to offer that at a wedding space where, not everyone wants to participate in the same activity, to be able to like pop a can and
Here's
hang with your
yeah.
friends. Yeah.
Bring the cannabis bar to the wedding for
Yeah,
sure. So.
exactly. And that's that's the way I'd like to spend my wedding for
Yeah.
sure.
So you're talking about some really fun things. Out of all the fun things that you created, do you have like your favorite? Like this was the coolest thing that you've ever made? Well, maybe a top three.
Top three. I would say, um, I would say the frosted mini weeds are honestly a top three. I think they were like really fun and popular. We did chocolate covered strawberries for Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
Valentine's
That
Day is
was
always
really
a fun
fun.
creation. Yeah.
We love holidays, so like
Mhm.
anything we can make something super extra.
The St. Patty's Day. I've got a friend of mine. Even still, like she'll bring it up when she sees me. She got the St. Patty's Day one.
The rainbow and the
The
pot of gold.
hmm the whatever wrote about the frosting on top of it. That was what she brings up every time.
Oh, maybe the like sherbet or something. It was like multicolored and kind of
Yeah.
like we've done like fruity pebble infused like milk cupcakes and stuff,
Mm.
and anything that we can like get super fun with and kind of messy is like always a good time, I think. We've done like Cheddar Bay biscuits, like in the beginning, and it's just like the opportunities are kind of endless, which is fun. I would love to be able to work with more like delicate ingredient or recipes like macaroons and things that are like really particular with certain ratios and what you can add or can't add. So, continuing to learn about how to incorporate even more.
Yeah. I went over yesterday and Monday to the bakery, and Liz was over there with they got the freeze dryer hooked up,
Yes.
and we've been talking to her and just kind of playing with some things or whatever. So I'm excited. She's taking a big interest into that, and she's spent a bunch of time learning. And
Yeah, she's the freeze
she
dryer
she
queen.
printed out the whole manual today and everything.
She was messaging me last night and she's like, it's 10 o'clock and I'm researching this freeze dryer. I'm like, get it, girl. You love space food. You're so pumped for it.
Oh,
So it's cool that like the more people you bring in, they're like excited about different things. So everyone has so many ideas. I don't see us ever getting bored,
never.
with what we can do. There's always the next thing, like talking about you can make homemade dog treats. I know
Hmm.
that was one of the things. And
Yeah, out of all the things we're thinking about, it's like to scale. What is something really cool? And it's like the treats and the other stuff, and then the puff marshmallows and all those things that we can infuse and do. They're fun. They're unique. They're a niche little product. But for the overall, what's the coolest thing? That was something I was talking to Liz about. Was the pet treats. It's
yeah,
like we just get raw meat, grind it up, and you freeze dry it. It's preserved and moisture content's out. And then this is just raw meat that's organic, and
true.
you can boom here, little pet
Or
treats
even
that way. I
like
was like, that'd
little
be cool.
like peanut butter treats that it's like
Yeah.
you could eat. Maybe you don't want to eat a dog treat, but it's not like bad, Some people want their animals to be eating the same stuff. I don't
Hmm.
give my dog human food because she's crazy. But
Coda.
yeah, exactly. She's like, I'll eat anything you give me, it doesn't matter. But being able to offer something that like could be consumable for both pet and owner, I think is a really cool concept too. So
True. Yeah. Yeah.
truly, like,
There's just so much potential with it, but I'm excited about it, and there's just so many things to play around with, So
yeah.
some of the beauty about what we get to do and never ending.
Yeah, we can literally do whatever we want. I feel like we've been setting the standard for
Hmm.
especially the bakery. I feel like it's such a niche thing for a lot of cannabis companies that at least I've come across. Even traveling to like a legal state and being like, oh, like I wonder what edibles they have to offer.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
it's like,
pretty minimal,
oh
like the
yeah.
crispy treats, brownie. So
Hmm.
being able to offer just like a wider range and with like vegan, gluten-free dietary restrictions and branching out into doing more of those, I think is another way to keep us like super inclusive and bringing more people, which is fun.
Yeah, that's what makes like what we do in the small batch side of stuff just so fun, but so different from other places. Like when you go to a mass marketed scale stuff, you're not
Right.
getting a fresh bake, you're not getting a cupcake that's infused, you're not getting a fresh anything. You're getting a Chips Ahoy cookie, a cosmic
Yeah,
brownie,
exactly.
or a cereal treat that was made 8 months ago.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's
putting love in it.
yeah, fresh love.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But going to the lounge, and being able to make like craft cocktails for people. I used to be a service worker, bartender, server. So it's really fun to be able to also curate something and be able to change the dose for what someone's comfortable consuming. So there is something for everyone at every location, which
yeah.
is the beauty of it all.
Oh yeah, it's something for everybody for sure. And the idea of the lounge or the mocktails, I mean anything you want a 5 milligram something, a 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 50, 100, anything is like possible with it. So it's a good opportunities with there's something for everybody there. And the beauty about just how fast it kicks in. I was talking to somebody at one of the shops just 30 minutes ago before I come over here, kind of explaining to him about the water. He got one of the slushies. The first time he got a
Yeah.
slushie, he's a gummy purchaser. He got his 3 packs of gummies of the sunsets for nighttime or whatnot. And
Nice.
he got a slushie, and he was like, I usually eat one gummy. And I was like, well, there's like 4 gummies in that one slushie right there.
Yeah.
But so he's like, oh man. So took a little sip of it or whatnot, and I was like, it's the beauty of it. It's like by the time you get home pulling your driveway, you're gonna be like, man, this is a good slushie already, and you took this one
Yeah.
sip right now. So it's
Exactly. I just like being that we offer so many different ranges of dosages because like not everyone has the same tolerance. I
mm,
mean, I've been consuming cannabis for a good part of my life, I would say. And I mean, even a slushy will like get me feeling very right.
Oh yeah.
So,
And a lot of potential because we do want to negate because quite often it happens, especially with new folks that come in that have never tried anything before, but they're there. Some of the hardest ones to do is whenever somebody comes in and their cannabis friend brought them in, and they've never done cannabis one time ever, but then their friend's like a daily person with it, trying to get the friend to understand it's like it's okay that you're only getting a five
right.
milligram thing and your buddy's getting a 50. Don't feel bad about it because
We'll get you there.
yeah, quite often people are like, oh, I want what he had. It's like, no, you don't want that.
No,
Yeah.
we'll get you up there for
Uh,
sure.
yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of people do overestimate and
Mhm.
they're like, oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, we're not going to the bar and slamming like 4 shots. We're gonna get there slowly. You
Exactly.
can always build up to more too. You can't take away.
Hmm.
But I think the beauty of the water soluble is it's a little more like fast acting and also doesn't stay as long. So maybe in an edible where that high does last, hours. Um, if the drink is too much, you don't have, it's
Yeah.
pretty fast acting in and out, I would say.
And also too about the beauty, the Dragon downtown is we also have all of our devices, or all the electronic devices for concentrate. So it's literally you grab this little nice little water pipe and click the button twice. It vibrates when you're ready to hit it. You inhale, and you get smoke off of just pure
At like a
concentrate.
perfect
Yeah,
temperature.
perfect temperature, so controlled. It's easy. And that's that effect that you have within a second. By the time you exhale, you feel it immediately.
Right.
So the consumption of just even inhalation versus drinking is really cool at the Dragon as well too. So
Yeah, and you don't have to do both. Some
yeah.
people do, and some people really just enjoy like a nice little dab on their break.
Mhm.
Or some people totally will be like, I need a drink before I go to my next meeting. I'm like, you're at the right place. I can do that for you.
That's it.
And it's just really nice. Like we get an eclectic group, we get 21-year-olds, we get 60-year-olds. And I think that's the beauty of it is it really doesn't discriminate to any group of people and there is something for everyone. So I don't have to be like, "Oh, sorry, you only have to get, use a high milligram option." But my parents like are excited for us to have food because they're like, "Oh, we're totally going to come in now." But also just bringing people in for having food, I think is awesome too. Maybe they just don't even want to consume, but they're like, "Oh my God, they have the best tachos I've ever had." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Come on, I
Right.
got you."
Yeah, and it's a pretty good central. The location of the Dragon I've been a fan of. They're opening up the new City Cafe
They're
across the
putting in some work
street.
on that city cafe. They like
Yeah.
slapped the sign up, and I'm
Oh, they
like,
got it
I'm,
up. I have
mhm.
not seen it
I'm
yet.
excited. And especially we're going to be opening later hours with launching the food. And I think that will help with City Cafe. There's no hard feelings down the block. So we're
Hmm.
bringing some nightlife more nightlife to Broad Street. And I think
Yeah,
that's really fun.
I think so too for sure. Um, but definitely fun with the food and all these things. I guess I was thinking about earlier when we were talking about some of the customer interactions. Is there any type of maybe like common misconceptions that people might have before coming in, or any kind of thoughts about like what it is? Sometimes I get it often where people think or they don't understand quite what it is. Maybe it's like,
Oh, 100%.
yeah.
People are, well, definitely working at the bakery at 58. There's a storefront, so I would kind of get some um, like a fly on the wall for some of those interactions. And a lot of people think they need like a card to come in and buy our products if they're out of state. Um, but I do think the fact that our employees are so educated, being able to take that like 5 minutes to explain how things are different here than in other states or in legal states, and that we really like regulate our products. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you just like kind of put whatever in it and it's like, you guys really don't know. And I'm like, I used to bring all of the edibles to our lab, to get tested. And I think the most stressful part of that job for me was making sure that everything is consistent because you don't want to be giving someone, not what they're anticipating consuming.
Yes.
So I think that's like really important that we do that. And that was the most serious part of my job. I took that very seriously because it is serious. It's
Oh
like a
yeah.
medicine.
Oh,
You don't want to be mislabeling something. And I love that we take so much pride in that. And we like post it on our websites, under every product. And I just think that's glorious, because people don't understand.
Oh, they don't for
And
sure. And it's
yeah,
hard to, sometimes it's hard to communicate what that really means as far as like what is consistency when you're making, 256 brownies in a batch. It means you're
right.
testing brownie number 10 and brownie number 230,
Exactly.
and you're
Yeah.
running them both through the lab. And, if you're shooting for 40 milligrams, they got to come back within a 5% accuracy of
Right.
each other. So if you're hitting between 38 and 42, that's a 40 milligram brownie. A lot of people don't have those standards.
Right.
So kind of that's one of the shining things that we go above and beyond to make sure. And it's not something that everybody's going to know or realize, but once they try all the products, they're like, man, this I'm never
Yeah.
disappointed. So
Exactly.
that's the goal we want to push for sure.
Yeah. I really enjoy that part of the business, just like how seriously we take education. Um, and it's nice because a lot of people do want to know. Like, especially people are like, well, I haven't done weed since 1970. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know what this is. And being able to really explain it to people and start them off small too, and then they come back and they're like, oh, I really enjoyed that. And just being able to build upon those experiences and having more events that bring people in, having some markets outside in our lovely alley that we
Yeah.
have, and being able to like build that out. Um, we talked about the ghost tours. We're also a part of the Chattanooga Pride Pub Crawl on the 22nd, having after parties for the Chattanooga Film Festival. So we're super getting out there in
Yeah.
terms of interacting with the community, which is always the best
Oh,
way
for
to
sure.
go.
All the fun local events. Could you tell us some about the dinner we're doing at Wonderlinger?
Yes, that's so
Yeah.
exciting. So, it is going to be a dosed murder mystery dinner where Josh may or may not be the dead person that we're trying to solve his crime. But it's really cool because Wanderlinger has a kitchen. They're going to be making all of the food, and we're dosing and infusing the sauces, which is pretty similar to something we did at Naked River, but without the murder, the high heels and crime. So
And
it's really awesome to include like another local place that's passionate about, our products as well.
yeah, the Naked River was a fun one, and that was kind of the first, besides just like our small scale versions of doing them or whatever. That was our first like out in the public at somewhere else's kitchen, you're doing some stuff. So
Yeah.
that was a fun to get together. And some of the beauty about what in the cannabis science, what I took into that was whenever we first started was first appetizer THC, your first drink was THC, and then kind of as it went through the night, it transitioned into the CBD and the CBN,
Hmm.
which is more like the body effectiveness, but also the countering the high. So whenever you take THC, it's all like a head high. But when you add the CBD to it, it takes that head high, makes it head to toe. And you
Right.
take the CBN to it, then it gives you this like couch type feel of floating on a pillow or whatever.
And we all
So
went. It was a great time.
yeah.
Branson came, and I mean, seriously, as someone who uses a lot of cannabis, being able to say like the dinner probably wasn't more than maybe 40,
Yeah,
at
at most.
most 40
Yeah.
milligrams. And I had a great time. It was so funny to be able to watch, like, oh, we sit down. And that was an age range of people too, which
Hmm.
was cool to see. But, like, oh, what is this going to be like? And maybe I'm not going to feel anything. And then, like, halfway through, I turned to the girl I was sitting next to, and I'm like, I think and just like so laughing so hard and seeing people talking, laughing, and then kind of like starting to chill out. Everyone's like,
It got.
okay.
I
But it
remember
was
that one second
awesome.
where forgot it was you or Jill. Somebody was like, "It got so quiet in here," and I looked around. I was like, you know what? Nobody's saying a word right now.
It was a fun roller
Yeah, it
coaster.
was. It was so cool.
And it was about like 2.5 hours, maybe two
Hmm.
hours or so that we were sitting
Yeah,
there.
it was a five course meal, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
so it
was
was.
good.
Yeah, it was so cool. 5 course meal, a couple different drinks, and it ended with an espresso martini that was non-alcoholic, but cannabis infused, and it was so
And
cool.
being able to like have mocktails or cannabis cocktails, I think is so fun because you don't get that hangover thing the next day.
Oh man.
I'm the hangover queen. So being able to like have an espresso martini, I also love coffee. It's just like it's nice to feel like you don't have to go out and drink and have a hangover.
Oh.
And it's just like it's such a nice feeling and I want more people to feel um like not threatened to come in and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. And like I want to try it.
Oh, sure. And it's so new to everybody, and it's new to us, of course. This is our first endeavor into like something like this. It's like let's create a bar, but then not have alcohol at it. All right, great, let's do it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
it was definitely fun, but then as people get used to and the training and how it works and all that, it's been fun.
It's really fun.
But I believe the food endeavor is going to change a lot of the game whenever it comes
Oh, it's
to.
gonna change the
Oh,
game.
I'm so excited about it.
And
So,
we've always talked about like, oh, maybe a cafe, maybe like this,
hmm
that, and the other. And I feel like we just arrived at the perfect situation with like the perfect people.
yeah.
And I'm really excited. I think there's no way but up, you know what I mean? And just like what we can do branching out into food, who knows where that could lead eventually.
Oh, I know.
You're the, you're really into just paving the way for so many things, and I just think we can continue to grow, and it's really exciting. For me, starting at the bottom and then to where I am now, there's so much potential for everyone here.
Oh
And I
yeah.
think that's a really awesome business to work for, that like I'm willing to invest in it and y'all are willing to invest back. And that's like all you can hope for in a job, is to like be supported. For me, like it's fun to not do the same thing every day. So I like to spice it up, and
Yeah.
that's what we're doing, and it's going to be really fun.
Never stay bored around here.
No, it's never boring for sure. Josh keeps it very fun.
Yeah, we try to for sure. All the new endeavors. So speaking of the drinks, do you have a favorite one of the drinks? Out of them, which one would you go to?
So we're about to launch with food our new summer menu.
Yeah.
And I would say from the spring menu that we have right now, I really like our like the dragon drink.
hmm
We've revamped it a little bit for the summer menu, and it's just really pretty, really refreshing. Um, we make our simple syrups in house, so we keep everything, as natural and fresh as we can. So it's really exciting to be able to just like make a drink from anything. We're putting a cucumber refresher on, and I'm a cucumber girly, so I'm really excited for that. And Italian sodas.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about them. It's
Same.
like the best-selling drink, and I'm like, okay, it's
N-
surprising to
Now
me.
the Italian sodas, that's like the carbonated water, but then you simple syrup to make it whatever, like a you
Yes, exactly.
you
It's
can
very
make.
customizable.
Okay.
So kind of like a cream soda
Oh,
vibe,
okay.
like a flavored cream soda.
Nice.
And I guess people are rocking it. I don't know. I didn't know about Italian sodas. I'm gonna have to drink more of them and get
Yeah.
back with my favorite flavor.
Yeah.
But it's fun rotating because we don't have, it's not like an alcohol bar where you're like, oh, I want to get a this and that. But we do have like a set menu. So it's nice to be able to rotate and see what people like, see what people are wanting. And getting that feedback is just the most fun for me.
The odd one I hear, and I'm not a fan of like spicy things much, but the
Okay.
habanero one.
Yeah, we
I,
have a habanero simple
yeah.
syrup.
Yeah. I I've got a couple people, and every time I ever see them when they come in there, that's the go-to. So I
Yeah,
thought that was a
it's
surprising
got a
one to
nice
see.
little bite to it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they were explaining. It's kind of like with that bite that it has, it's like kind of like the alcohol alternative.
Exactly.
So
I agree with
so
that.
it kind of gives the idea, like maybe it's the entourage that the brain thought about. There's some alcohol in here type something, but there's not. But
Exactly. Did you soft launch the margarita yet on any of these episodes?
well, with Branson, we did talk about it a little bit because as a new project, new product that we're doing, and definitely hyped up how great it was as far
I
as the
had a little
flavor.
sip and I was like,
Uh-oh.
that's liquor. Like
Yeah.
that had a little bite to it for sure. And it's like really awesome because we want to, in our new menu, do some of those traditional alcoholic mixed drinks, but
Mhm.
make it cannabis. So one of our employees came up with an awesome drink, like a sex on the beach, but we're calling it a sesh on the beach. And it's super delicious. And I think it's really fun to be able to kind of imitate some of those great things. We're going to be doing like a lemon drop
Ooh,
martini. I think we're calling it the lemon kush.
nice.
So it's just really nice, to be able to have like a fancy cocktail and you're like, ooh, I want to snap a picture of that, put it on the gram. Because that's always what I want to do. The eyes eat first. So we're going to have some sexy drinks. So it's going to be super exciting.
Yeah, Moxtail's got to look good for sure.
Yeah.
Fishbowl looking shark attack. Shark. What's the new
I
name?
think
Shark attack bowl.
I think we're calling it Shark Attack.
Shark
Yeah.
attack.
So just kind of we're working on elevating everything. We want to make it special and we want to make it fun for everyone. And we have a great atmosphere. Olivia's done some awesome art. meeting with her today to implement some more greenery
Yeah.
and planty things. And I just think that's also great for air quality. So, we're doing some open smoke. We'll filter some of that out with some plants, but it's also just like really nice to look at and a great feel. So it's awesome to be able to come in here and really just build upon what we've already done and take us to the next level.
Yeah.
Is exciting.
So something neat. We're talking a minute ago about some of the flavorings and aspects of like how to take, because um, we did some R&D into last year. I was like, I want to make a tequila, a rum, a whiskey, a bourbon, and a vodka.
Yeah.
And I want to see how we can make a alcohol-free version of these with taste. So
Gin.
gin. Well, the gin was like one of the easier ones to do
Okay.
with the juniper extract. So that one didn't turn out too bad. But on all the ones that we did, it's like without adding sugar, which you don't have sugar in alcohol, because
Right.
that changes the sweetness factor of it. Without adding the sugar, it was hard to get a mouthfeel that wasn't just like water. So I
Yeah.
can make something taste like gin, but still that back feel whenever you swallowed it was like, well, that was still water or whatever.
Hmm.
So there's been some battles with that one. We've tried like different capsaicins, we've tried different peppers, all sort of different agar, just something to change,
Yeah.
MCT oil, something to change that mouthfeel whenever you get it. But that's definitely been a battle. But the margarita one has been a shining star here lately.
Yeah, that one
So I've
was
been,
really good.
yeah, but then again, you're still sweet, still some sugar in it, so it's a little different than just like here's a shot of tequila that's not tequila, but happy medium
Yeah.
for now.
It was definitely I was genuinely surprised.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I was like, that tastes like a frozen margarita for sure. And I think that's fun to be able to consume that and not like, if you don't drink alcohol and you're like, I really miss,
Yeah,
my
there's
favorite drink.
so much of that mind aspect that comes in it whenever you take a sip of something and it reminds you of an
Mhm.
alcohol. It's just like it doesn't have to be alcohol. The THC can replace without the hangover, but just that mind idea about if you look at a drink and it's red and you drink it and it tastes like something's not a grape or whatever. It's like this is weird.
Yeah,
So
I think it's awesome that you're spending the time to get like the best taste possible. So it's not like we're just trying to push out things that we think like don't taste good or aren't going to do well. And that's like the point is with the margarita, we've been talking about it for a while, but being able to actually problem solve things and, we like to do things the right way. And I like that. I
yeah,
like to do it right the first time.
that's right. That's right. But always changes though as we learn and as we pivot towards different things. So all the kegs that we make all of our own kegs at all of our bars, restaurants around town. We fill all of the 5-gallon kegs at our production facility in Red Bank. Um, and then we also have canning facility that we have 10 different canned drinks that we make. But at the Dragon, we have the canned drinks on tap or in the cans that way you can
Hmm.
get different dosages and stuff like that. But being able to have all these people coming into like an atmosphere, like it was whenever we first did Red Bank, we did like a little Red Bank bar 2 years ago. Now we opened up the Red Bank Dab Bar for the first time, and
Wow. I didn't
yeah,
realize it's been 2 years.
yes,
That's awesome.
yes, it's that was the first intro into the Red Bank Dab Bar type something.
Yeah.
But then as we kept expanding, then we brought in the kegs and the drinks and stuff like that. It's probably been a year and a half since we started doing the kegs with them, but the availability of the kegs, we started making our own drinks. We're at a production facility making Kool-Aid, making drinks, and making just let's see what this tastes like,
Yeah.
and then selling it to folks at the retail store just in a keg on a tap. But now with having the Dragon, a lot of folks coming in and coming out, that's going to be the new testing, testing R&D. So my goal is to have at least like 6 different drinks that you'll never be able to get anywhere else. You won't be able to get them in cans. You won't be able to get them at any of the other stores. They're only going to be available at the Dragon. It's infused. Could be anything we decide to come up with, right?
Yeah.
So that's a next little cool adventure I'm excited about for sure.
It is really exciting. And I also just going out to some other like alcohol bars, like normal bars.
Shadies.
Yeah.
Shadies.
Some of these places have like cocktails on draft too. So that's an interesting thing that I didn't really think of either. But seriously, like the other stuff, the opportunities are endless, which is
Mhm.
exciting. And I like getting new flavors and new things to try. I mean, I think the customers do too. So, bringing more people into that location to try some of our new exciting things that,
Yeah.
it's great.
Mhm.
People like new stuff, and I do too.
Yeah.
It's nice to like we said, always changing, always getting the next best thing. I think the margarita is gonna
It's gonna be so
do
fun.
so well.
I
It's
think so
so
too.
good for the summer. So yeah, I'm ready
Okay.
for some more flavors.
Yeah, and we already have like the because the slushies we do now, we do the strawberry, the blue raspberry, the grape, and the tropical punch. But then we'll mix the blue and the yellow together and make
I
some.
love the blue raspberry with the tropical.
Oh, it's so
So
good.
good.
It's so good. And it's that pretty cool green color too. So
Hmm.
so we'll take our slushies and mix them together and make make different versions of just variety or whatever.
Yeah, get a swirl. Get a swirl at your
Mm-hmm.
local Snapdragon.
Mm-hmm.
I got like a strawberry and a tropical just in the same one. It looked like a beautiful little like frozen cocktail.
Nice.
It was great.
Yeah, I'm excited about the strawberry and that margarita is gonna be that's gonna be I can't wait to try it.
Ooh,
Strawberry
nice.
margaritas, strawberry and a peach margarita. If I go to Mexican restaurants, my go-to.
Ooh, peach is yummy.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
all the fun
Exciting.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is on the horizon with stuff? It's been so fun having tea with the events and all those kind of
T's
things.
been killing it with the events. She is, we are collaborating daily on new things, and she has really good insights that I think we may not have had with other events. Just getting like she has a go-getter attitude. Like she's like we should do all of these things,
Mhm.
and I'm wanting to do it with her, and it's exciting to be able to collaborate with like Scenic City Burlesque. We've been working with them for
Oh
a
yeah, it's
while,
been so fun.
and yeah, they're awesome. And they're always doing super fun things. So lately, a lot of people have been reaching out about collaborating with us, which is really cool.
Yeah. And as we do next to the Dragon's got a capacity of about 50 people at the Dragon right now. And then as we take over the Dark Roast, the location on North Shore,
Yeah, let's
the
talk about the dark
the
roast.
Dragon's Roast.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
it's really exciting. They just
No coffee.
no coffee. Don't get it twisted. We do not have coffee. But Jake sent me a picture. They started construction today,
Nice.
so they're putting in some work.
That's exciting. I haven't seen the picture yet. I was talking to Jared. I guess I got there like 9:30 this morning to start, but I'm not quite seen it yet. So that'll be exciting to see the photos for sure.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, the Dark Roast was like a venue space next to Stone Cup on Fraser Avenue. And Josh was like, let's take it over, man. So, and help them, build upon what they were already doing. So, having that as like an additional kind of venue space is a
Yeah.
totally brand new thing for us. And they're going to have the like beer and wine, and that's a whole new demon for us too, but also like how to branch out from what we're already doing. So many bars and restaurants have like you said, our drinks on tap, and it's really cool. Shout out to all of our local,
Yeah.
shadies. Dad loves Pizza Bros, so
Pizza
he's
Bros.
all about it. But the Dragon's Roast is going to be a really fun place for us, I think, to host like private events, like shows and open mics and things like that. Even like D&D nights, and I just think it's really fun for us to get more involved with the community as more than just like a retail production space. So I love people. I love talking to people. So it's fun for me. I was just in the kitchen working before. So being able to like go out and really get some intel on what's been going on and how we can move forward is just really fun. And yeah, I just look forward to like all of the things that we're gonna do together and that we have. It's been really beautiful to watch it grow for sure. I think when I started, we had Hickson and Eastridge,
Hmm.
and then 58 came shortly after that, and then everything else. So it's been awesome to see. You're very, very talented and have a good eye for things to do, and it's fun to work for someone who's so passionate about what we do.
Yeah, thanks so
Obviously,
much.
it's your
Thank you so
company,
much,
but
Delia. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's awesome. Like you're very inspirational, and it's just if you're passionate about something, I think sky's the limit.
Hmm.
So
All sort of stuff to do. This is a good this is like the what do you call it? The R&D phase of what cannabis looks like. I mean, this is everything's so new that the idea of the way that cannabis drinks are done now, everything that we're currently doing wasn't something that was done 15 years ago. The
right,
industry is changing so much. That's why, whenever the people come in, it's like I used to smoke in the 70s. It's like it is so different.
it is really different.
So which is cool to be able to bring the difference, the educating, the explanations and all that to help these folks out. But hopefully Tennessee's everywhere.
I know, come
I
on.
know, right? Gatlinburg will be fun.
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
People ask, are you branching out like further and further out of state? And I'm like, the people want us, so we just need to keep expanding outwards for sure.
Oh,
Chattanooga, we've got pretty covered, and we're
mhm.
gonna. So I'm excited. It's a lot to do two big projects at once, but it's so exciting. And learning a whole new aspect of
Oh, yeah.
business is very interesting.
Way different projects too, because the Dragon was the focus on that one, where it was alcohol alternative bar, 50 people, and we've also got a little alleyway. Used to be where the Chattanooga Ducks used to park beside the
Yeah, the duck
Cupcake Kitchen.
tours.
Yeah, the duck tours that were back there behind the Cupcake Kitchen on Market and Broad. We've got that alleyway, and we're going to turn that into outdoor venue. So that'll be fun to have some outdoor space, music, outdoor smoking,
Yeah.
whatever. So I'm definitely excited about that one, and just the idea of being able to grow and participate in the community engagement aspect of stuff has just been so fun, and it's a good word of mouth. And these people that didn't know what it was, or were scared to come into
Yeah.
a store, didn't want to come into a store, didn't think it, it's not going to do nothing for me or whatever. And now their friends are like, oh, this is
Yeah, no, people do come in and are like, so what are you guys about?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I'll let you know. Why don't you sit with me for 5 minutes?
hmm
And people are interested, even if they don't know if they want to participate. I feel like they typically come back, and some people don't even want to know. Like it's just word of mouth. I feel like too, just letting people know your experiences and how it helped you,
hmm
and or all of us.
Oh, everybody, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Everybody's got their own story, and that's such a cool part
exactly.
about it for sure. So
Yeah, if you want like pain management, I was so like, I don't understand how topicals work.
hmm
Like I was like, I don't get it. Like, do you get high off it? What's the deal? And then I got some of that joint lotion,
hmm
and I'm now like an advocate for the freaking lotion. I'm like, if your knees are aching, put that on, and
Oh,
like you
yeah.
will feel relief. And people are like, really?
Anti-inflammatory properties are just like
Yeah.
people. I mean, the amount of folks I've talked to over the years that take, and what I would consider an absurd amount of Tylenol every day
Yeah, totally, totally.
to get through the inflammation, the joint pains and stiffness and stuff like that. But just not even none of the THC aspect of it, just the CBD, the
Right.
anti-inflammatory. It's like you can take this every day and just feel good. And a lot of folks that, even for the folks that don't want to be high but just want to feel good, there's something for everybody type idea of that.
Yeah.
So it's so cool for sure.
And there is like you don't have to like Delta 8 still used to
hmm
be like our number one. I use that. That puts and keeps me to sleep. I'm not a good
hmm
sleeper. When you have animals, they're always like jumping on you and whatever. But being able to like get a good night's sleep is so rare. I feel like for so many people. My mom's like, you need to advertise this for like menopausal women. She is like our number one advocate. It's so funny. She tells me her sleep score every day. She's like, this is me when I take your stuff. This is me when I don't. I'm like, okay, girl, we got a customer for life.
That's so
But
cool. The sleep's like a watch thing when
yeah,
you sleep. That's
like on her
cool. Yeah. That's so
Fitbit.
cool.
She gives me the daily updates.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents have turned into little like Snapdragoners, consumers.
Yeah.
They love it. And they do like the drinks, gummies, edibles. They don't discriminate. And it's fun because they're like, in their 60s. So maybe not the people that, we hang out with, but they
Yeah.
still are
Oh,
enjoying.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, 10 years ago, that wouldn't have been the target market or whatever. Now it's
Hmm.
like, I mean, it can benefit anybody,
Yeah,
so it's
and
pretty
I
cool.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All the fun things. Let's see. What else you thinking?
Um, what do you think are on our new menu items, some foods you're excited for, like your top two food that you've tried during our menu tasting?
So far, that Reuben slider was
Oh, yeah.
so good. That was so good because and maybe it's because uh in the past 3 months, 4 months or so, opened up the Dragon. We're right beside Anchor's downtown,
Yeah,
so I go there to
exactly.
eat. I ate lunch a lot at the Anchor's on Broad Street, and good folks over there. And out of all the things there, either the steak in the sack or the Reuben's my favorite. And
Good
then
call.
whenever Amy she did the slider, that was the steak version.
Hmm.
What was it? Was it roast beef or was it
I think it was roast
roast beef?
beef.
Yeah.
I don't. The Reuben had sauerkraut on it, right? I'm a
Hmm.
kraut girly. It
Yeah.
was so good.
So the that Reuben with the roast or the roast beef slider, then the Reuben slider with the sauerkraut. Both of them got to me, but the sauerkraut on the Reuben, that was the one for
Yeah,
me
and
too.
they're gonna be like shareable, which I think is cool. So also, bringing friends, you don't feel like everyone has to get their own individual
Yeah, this it
entree,
was
you know?
the 6 pack. What was it? Four or
Yeah, I
six or
think we're
something?
offering like 3 or 6, I think, or something like that. But even 3, like we were sitting down eating and I'm like, oh, like these are pretty filling,
Oh
which is,
yeah.
nice. So
Yeah,
come in on your
this isn't the crystals. This
This ain't no
this ain't no
crystals.
crystals. Nah.
No, not at all. And some of the dips we're doing, I'm really excited. We're doing like a whipped feta, which
Ooh.
is so good. We went out and we tried some other dips at some other places,
Hmm.
but I'm just excited to be able to offer like good quality things. And I was at the bakery when we started doing like the salsa and pimento cheese
Yeah,
and
the bistros.
yeah, like
Yeah.
fresh hummus, and that was really exciting.
Hmm.
But being able to be at the Dragon with the kitchen, we just have so much more that we can do.
Oh yeah.
And just to keep like elevating, I feel like all the time, we're always trying to improve what we're doing. And just with the right people in the right places, we can literally slay the food, and I'm very excited.
Yeah. Flatbread was good. Flatbread wasn't bad
Flatbread
either.
was good. Tachos were exciting. We did like a Philly cheesesteak, buffalo chicken. Yeah, the flatbreads are exciting. I think we're not we're doing our own spin on things, and we have a great chef behind us who
Mm.
is very beloved by the
Oh
city. And that's a great thing too.
Oh, it was so cool. Hey, we hired her on now a month ago now, real recent, maybe even 3 weeks or so ago. But as soon as we hired her on, maybe like a couple days or a week later, she posted on her Facebook and was saying, oh, I got some big things coming. And I
Yeah.
think she took a picture of the dragon as like the
Hmm.
background or whatever, and it got like, I forgot how many,
It
200
got,
something
yeah, it got
likes.
a
So I was
lot of
like,
interaction. She's
yeah,
a little local
yeah,
celeb,
yeah,
so
on her own page, and it was a private page, and
yeah.
it wasn't even public. And I was like, it got like a lot of interaction. So she's so super happy to have Amy on board for sure. And it's
And she, like I said, did a vegan food truck. So she's I also before coming to Snapdragon worked at Cashew, which is a local vegan place. So being able to see that there are a lot of people with dietary restrictions who would also be interested in participating in some of our like edibles, which we've tried to offer some more options for that. But with the food at the Dragon, like we will be able to offer just regular food with options that make it even more inclusive, which I like. We want to bring in as many people who want to try our stuff as possible. And, vegans can come with their not vegan friends and everyone can enjoy things at the same place. And
yeah.
I think that's important.
Sometimes it's really cool. Like personally, I'm not a vegan, but I eat vegan food often because
Yeah,
sometimes you'll have like you'll just be mind blown. Like
it
it's
is kind of mind
like
blowing.
how good something to be because like, I guess I call it like a flavor experience. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll get some vegan food and it's like as you eat it the flavor experience changes towards the end of it. And I really enjoy some of the because it takes a lot of love to make something
It really
like
does.
that quality.
Yeah, when you're removing a whole bunch of ingredients that non-vegans use religiously, you really have to add some love and flavor into that.
Mhm.
And it's nice to switch it up. If you haven't tried vegan food, definitely try it
Oh
out.
yeah,
But
it's definitely noticeable because the quality of ingredients, the quality of ingredients that somebody that's a vegan chef will use is far superior to what somebody normally would use. So
yeah.
you can I don't know you can definitely tell I guess. So.
Yeah, it's important to care about your health,
Hmm.
and we don't want to just yeah, this ain't no crystals, like
Hmm.
we said.
Process nothing.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and having things that are fresh and homemade. Amy, we're doing like this is interesting, like a caprese tacho. She made her own freaking mozzarella balls. Like I was like, I guess it's not that hard, but like I've never done that. And I'm like, that's amazing. It
Yeah.
was delicious,
That's so
and
cool.
I just like she's making friggin' meat out of soy or whatever. Like I don't know what that entails, but it's just cool to have someone who's so talented in so many different ways.
Mhm.
And she's my rock. We've been, hitting the ground running every day with interacting with so many health department, code regulation people, and all the things. And even there, like they're like, "Oh, we want to come back and like try some of this stuff." I'm like, "Yes, you should," because people still don't know. So always informing. I like to be a big cheerleader for us, and I really care about the company. So it's easy to just have a job where you like exist at, but it's proudly all over my social media, and I am really proud to work here. Um, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. And
Hmm. We'll see.
yeah, I'm like, you can cut this part out, right? um,
Covered a lot of stuff, a lot of fun things, a lot of.
ooh,
What you
a
think?
dream. I think we talked about this. Dream cannabis dish or drink.
Oh,
Um, I honestly do like the idea of like our higher milligram options for more of like a group setting. I think I really wanted to name the Shark Attack Mr. Tough Guy because I'm like, oh, you want to sit here and slam 100 milligrams? I got you. I'm gonna make you a really fun drink. But I do think we're kind of like a destination for people. I want to create that destination feel. Like when you go to Snapdragon or Google, what should I do when I come to Chattanooga? And like we're a niche place. Like I want us to be on those lists. And I do think we get a lot of out of towners, which Chattanooga gets a bunch of transplants anyways. But
it,
we have the UTC, so people are always coming through to like visit schools. We got people come here just to boulder and climb. So being able to like inform people from different states at the 420 Fest, people were like, "Oh, I'm from Atlanta. We are just here for the weekend walking around." And we get a lot of that foot traffic. So having the Dragon's Rest on Fraser is going to open up, a different side of the town, the city for us, which is cool.
I do agree for sure. It's oh man, I was going somewhere a second and I lost it.
That's valid.
Oh man.
Yeah, I just it's been really great working with you and continue to working with you and everyone else. I'm really excited for the dragon. Food should be coming in like no less than 3 weeks,
Oh,
honestly.
yeah. Oh, you were talking about the hotels and the people staying. That was one of the first things I guess I noticed pretty quickly at the Dragons. We opened up and we had, took a month or so to get the sign finalized and finished up and
Hmm.
whatnot. So, of course, sales are still good, and we're picking up and increasing traffic even still this day. We're
Yeah.
growing at a pretty good rate with it. But when you're there during the weekdays, quite often I was really surprised how many people that were in the hotels that were right there, like behind, like above Rodizio Grill and near the
There's like
like
the
the
Marriott,
yeah,
like the
yeah, yeah,
Hampton, like all those places
yeah.
by the stadium and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
So many, yeah, exactly. So many of those folks, I was surprised. It just, kind of like I'm here for work, and I was looking for something to do, and it was like
Yeah.
7 o'clock, and they rolled on in, and it's and they're all from, they're all most of the folks I've talked to have been from out of state, but
Hmm.
it's funny that a lot of them are in legal states.
Yes, I've noticed that too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, well, I'm from Colorado and blah blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah," but they still like are very interested and want to try.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, a lot from Michigan lately. I've probably
Okay.
talked to at least 3 or 4 folks from Michigan that were here for work doing something, and they're like, it's legal up in Michigan, but there's nothing like this up there.
Right.
So it's cool that people from even these other places can come and not think that, oh, I don't want to go to Tennessee, it's not legal, or I'm gonna get in trouble or whatever there, and they come here and it's like it's actually more open here than it is in my
Yeah.
state.
And I
So
really enjoy that. Because I've only been to one dispensary in a legal
mhm.
state. Um, and it was like very serious, which it still is here, but you like go in and they like check your ID and you're kind of in like a waiting room and you're like, oh my God, I have to be let into the back. So it's still, I feel like, evolving over there too.
Oh yeah.
And it takes like a long time for those, even the states that have legalized, for that stuff to like get going. We went to New York City and it was still kind of weird. It was like they have to put it behind certain like walls and doors where it's like kind of hidden and not super visible, but it's like confusing for people, I
Yeah.
think. So
That's a huge deterrent for sure.
yeah, like you don't want it to be like sketchy or hard. So
Mm-mm.
being able to have people that can like answer all your questions is Awesome, because everyone has some. You want to know what you're getting, and we can really explain that to you. Not like you're meeting Joe around the corner and you're like, this is what you're getting. And you're like, I don't even know what this is. So, like, I don't know.
Don't
I
give me
think,
this.
yeah, exactly. Or like, I want this. You don't know what you're getting.
Mhm.
And here, like, we have so many different options, and that's always a win.
Yeah, for sure. Um, how's so since you transitioned from being the head baker over there to the
Yeah.
hospitality, how has your predecessor been doing at the bakery?
Oh, Liz has been killing
Yeah.
it. I'm Liz Mayfield's biggest freaking cheerleader. She's so fun. She's also been in Chattanooga for so long, and she's just really talented and has a really great imagination and like willingness to learn and adjust. And she has a sticker on her computer that says, I didn't make it, just for the record. WWDD. So what would Delia do? And she's like, she messages me. She's like, it really helps me. And I'm like, I love that. But she's also been here. I mean, she only started, I think, maybe like 4 or 5 months after me. And, I was like the youngest person at the bakery being in charge of stuff, which it was really cool to that was my first time in management, which is also really special, to be able to do so many different roles at the company. But to be able to be respected by people that are older than you, maybe even more experienced, and being able to grow with that was just like a really great introduction for me into the world of management. And Liz, she was a little nervous about taking it over. She was like big shoes to fill, but she's doing so good. And I think that a really great aspect I love about this company is that, I'm not like, see you later, figure it out. But, she has so much support, and I know she feels that. And the bakery is a great team. We've really curated that department into having some motivated people. It's super science and math based more so than regular baking. It's like, oh, you get 10 extra brownies. Like, yay, we have extra brownies. No, not here. That's not a good sign.
Mm-mm.
So having people that are serious about the seriousness of it is really important. I'm like, yeah, this is fun. We're baking, but it's like it needs to be super precise.
Oh yeah.
And I think we really created a great set of standards, or
No,
I
yeah.
helped create that,
No, yeah, you
so
did for sure. You helped create the standards, and you've helped build our crew of the bakery over there. We've got some um, like definitely thankful for the group that we've got over there. Everybody's like, they love each
yeah,
other.
they do. And that's like, it's so nice to come to work where people, and of course, like, I think Marvin, who's been with me just as long in this company baking, I think I've spent more time with him than I've ever spent with a significant other, 40 hours a week for like 3.5 years. I'm like, we were saying the same things, doing the same, but it is like a family. And I love being able to connect with people outside of work as well. It's really nice.
Yeah. So family you develop with the bakery, you guys are, I mean, every day together. How's the transition been
Yeah.
away from your old family to starting a new family and building a new group? How's that
I
been?
know, I'm like the dad that went out to get for milk and didn't come back. But yeah, it's been hard to let them go, but like they're flourishing, and creating, it's like I am creating a new safe space at a new location. And I think it's all about the boss. If you don't we've all had bad bosses, and I never want to be that for the people that I'm managing. And I think that really transcends, in your actions and how you direct things. And, everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect. So I love being able to talk people through moments and being able to curate that same great staff, because we're about to be super busy
Oh,
with
yeah.
all this food. So we want people that are just as excited as us, and, willing to put in the hard work that is going to have great benefits. So I really like the crew that we have there, and there's so much potential for so many of them, and they're so willing to learn and adjust and move up. Like, we're all pretty young, and learning more and more is never a bad thing. So I just tell them, as much as you're willing to invest, I'm willing to invest in you, and the more you want to learn, the more I'm willing to teach you. And It's just fun. That's how I've always been treated here. And I always tell them like I've started at the bottom and now I'm here. In the words of Drake. But yeah, anyone can be successful here, I think, if you're willing to put in the work, and that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been so fun. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a fun podcast with you today, Delia.
Yeah, it's always good to see you.
Yeah. Yes, it's legal. Did you
Yes,
know?
it's legal.
Well, anything else for outro? Anything you want to say to our lovely viewers before we?
Really looking forward to everyone coming out to the Dragon for our new food menu, our new drink menu. It's going to be really exciting. Check out all of our events, on our snapdragon.com,
Mm-hmm.
snapdragonhemp.com calendars. We're doing a lot this summer. So it's going to be really exciting to meet everyone. I'm going to be at the Dragon, at the Dragon's Roast. So you will definitely see me around. And really looking forward to it. So thanks for having me, Josh.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for being here, Delia. And yeah,
See you on the next one.
see you on the next one.
Sounds good.
That was so fun.
That was good.
Yes.